Champions, let me ask you something quietly. What if the reason money feels heavy in your hands is because of what you were taught about it long before you ever touched it? I didn't grow up around abundance. I grew up in rooms where lack sat at the table with us, where every purchase felt like a gamble, where you learned to stretch what wasn't enough and call it strength. I carried that mindset into adulthood. Even when I had money, I was afraid to spend it on what I needed. Not because I was irresponsible, but because I was terrified I wouldn't see it again. That's not wisdom. That's trauma dressed as discipline. Where I came from, money was either worshipped or whispered about like a sin. In the streets, it was proof of power. In religion, it was painted as corruption. And somehow, I absorbed both. So every time a bill showed up, my chest tightened. Every time I paid for something I wanted, guilt followed. Every time I made progress, a voice inside me said, "You're doing something wrong." Not because I was wrong, but because my identity hadn't caught up to my growth. I didn't understand that money isn't a god, and it isn't a devil. It's energy, and energy is meant to move. Blocked energy creates fear. Choked flow creates anxiety. Stagnation turns into shame. A true champion doesn't cling to money, and doesn't run from it either. They respect it. They study it. They circulate it wisely. They give it purpose. They command it without kneeling to it. I had to unlearn the idea that wealthy people were evil, that every rich person had dirt on their hands, that prosperity only came through corruption, because that belief quietly told me, if I ever become abundant, I must be bad too, and that thought alone can sabotage a destiny. Champions, listen carefully. If you think money is dirty, you'll always try to wash it off your hands instead of hold it long enough to build something. If you think money disappears, you'll grip it until it suffocates, or avoid it altogether. If you think you don't deserve it, you'll spend it recklessly just to prove the story true. Your bank account often follows your self-image, not your hustle, your identity. When I began healing my relationship with money, I stopped seeing bills as punishment and started seeing them as evidence of responsibility. I stopped feeling guilty for wanting better and started realizing that desire is information. It tells you who you're becoming. A champion builds wealth slowly, cleanly, deliberately, not from fear, not from worship, not from shame, from stewardship, from clarity, from inner alignment. Because the real upgrade isn't the income, it's the nervous system, it's the belief system, it's the version of you that can receive without flinching. Champions, if money entered your life tomorrow in excess, would your mindset know how to host it? Or would your old frequency make you push it away? Build a good relationship with money, not so you can flex, but so you can breathe when it arrives, so you can circulate it without panic, so you can spend without guilt, so abundance doesn't feel foreign anymore. It feels familiar. If you're new to my channel, subscribe and comment. I cherish my relationship with money, and join me on this journey where we forge champions with empowering truths. Good luck.